because I don't think a 2-year-old can wield scissors. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and this week I kind of fancy trying a brand new craft and something that might be a little bit of a surprise to us. And it's going to be this. Obviously I kind of do know what's inside of it, but it's a crafting subscription box by CRAFTIOSITY, not sponsored at all. And I thought we'd give this a go. I will preface this video by saying I'm not a huge fan of subscriptions as a whole and stuff. However, I do think something like this can be interesting, and we'll get into it a little bit later in the video, whether I think it's a good idea, whether it's worth it, etc, etc. But for now, I've got a mystery little craft in here, and I'm excited to get my hands on it, see what it's all about.
You're going to be disappointed.
So with this CRAFTIOSITY company, you can actually get a subscription craft kit for $25.95, obviously every single month, or you can also gift a subscription. So if you just wanted to kind of try it out, or you wanted to send one to someone just for a month without being locked into that subscription, although you can cancel the subscription straight away, but just in case you forget, you can gift one to yourself for $26.95, because I'm very forgetful, and if I went for the regular subscription, I would forget to cancel it and then I would get charged again and get another random subscription box. And I believe in here is going to be like a wooden box that I'm building. I think that's what I bought. I tried not to focus too much on the contents of the box because I still wanted it to be a little bit of a surprise to us. But let's get into it, see what this is like. Okay, so it comes in this gorgeous, lovely box, very on brand. And you've got the logo there, very kind of crafty little images and stuff, very well presented. So on the box it says, "We love to see what you make. Share your project on social media with #CRAFTIOSITY." Have a wonderful crafternoon. Yes, I will. It is actually afternoon. I normally record in the morning, but fancied an afternoon crafting sesh. And so the adventure begins, apparently. Okay, so it is very well presented. I like all the branding and whatnot. It's getting points so far.
Check a video, watch a slow-mo.
So I'm going to be making a wooden marquetry jewellery box.
Well, I can do that.
We're so excited to have you on this creative journey. In this kit, we're diving into a timeless art of marquetry to craft a stunning handcrafted jewellery box that's as unique as you are. Whether you're a marquetry pro or a first timer, this project will guide you step by step to create something beautiful and functional. Get ready to experiment with precision, creativity, and a touch of shimmer as you design your very own treasure chest. Okay, so this is going to be cute. I'm just going to Google what this word means, marquetry, or how to even pronounce it, because I know I'm butchering that.
Marquetry.
Marquetry. That sounds nicer, doesn't it? What was I saying? Marquetry. Idiot. So apparently marquetry is a decorative art from where intricate patterns and images are created by assembling thin pieces of wood veneer, often of contrasting colours and grains, onto a surface like furniture, and is sometimes described as painting in wood. Huh, you learn something new every day. I'd never heard of that before. Oh my god, it's like I'm back at school. Right, so we've got some instructions here. We have a very, very tiny little bottle of PVA glue, a wooden box, gold mark and pen, and then we have some very incredibly, ridiculously thin bits of plywood, or like veneer. This is so thin, it feels like paper. This doesn't feel like wood at all. We've got one in green, one in plain, and one in blue. Okay, that's a very cute little box. It's got a little magnet on it. I was expecting to make the actual box myself, or at least like put the hinges on or just do something. I wasn't expecting to literally get a finished box with this, and I'm basically just going to be sticking these bits on top of it, I guess. I'm just going to be collaging a ready-made box. So the craft element, I would say, is basic, I'm not gonna lie, which honestly sometimes basic's fine and I'm not gonna complain.
Lie.
But I don't know, I was expecting it to be just a slightly, just a smidge more complicated or a bit more challenging, but never mind. Do I need to read the instructions? I guess I will, just in case. Oh, apparently it says, "Don't worry if things aren't perfect, it's all about having fun and making something special." Oh, that's good. Oh, a quick reminder, this craft is for adults and not intended for use by children. Piss off, kids, you're not allowed it. Carefully cut each of your template pieces out. Make sure to cut accurately so all the pieces fit back together properly. Okay, so we'll do the top first, and we're going to want this bit here. So we'll get this cut out. The thing is, although it's giving you like a template and stuff, I'm almost certain you could do whatever the hell you wanted to. I don't think you need to follow this pattern. These are very small, aren't they? So that's gonna fit on there, is it? I don't know, I'd rather have stripes, I think. You know what, I'll follow the instructions just in case. I may as well. I know I'm kind of strange for instructions, I don't really like them, but I will I'll do my best. And then we're supposed to mark, so that's 1. I suppose something like this as well. It's just like a proper chilled afternoon, isn't it? And I think we need that. I think, to be fair, if more people kind of just like crafted and just chilled out a little bit and, you know, stayed at home, maybe switched off the news and switched off social media for a little while and just like, you know, just chilled for a bit, the world would be a better place, wouldn't it? I feel like at the minute everyone's proper pissy and like, I don't know, angry and just like all like weird and stuff. I understand because obviously the world's like proper shit at the moment, isn't it? It's just proper shitty, isn't it? Shitty world. And I try not to dwell on it and I try just to stick to my little corner in wherever we are at the moment. But I'm also not immune to, you know, how crap things are. I just don't like to talk about it because I think a lot of people who watch my content and come here and stuff, it's a bit of escapism, isn't it? You know, you don't want to think about the crap. We'll just call the real world and the regular world the crap. I think the best thing to do if you are feeling some sort of way or feeling a bit kind of whatever is to find something that really takes your mind off whatever it is that's bothering you and just literally dive headfirst into it. It could be a bit of knitting, which like why would you want to do knitting? I don't know. It could be a bit of painting. It could even be just going for a walk. It could be anything. It could be playing a computer game, reading a book and just proper switch off. It's really important to switch off. Oh my god. Like I used to struggle quite a bit with like anxiety and stuff like that, and I would get anxious over literally anything. Anything would make me kind of feel that tightly wound way. And what I decided to do is actively stop thinking about it. If I ever catch myself kind of dwelling on something or thinking about something that hasn't even happened yet and doesn't require my attention, I actively tell myself, no, we're not going to start thinking about that yet. We'll think about it when the time comes. Until then, give it no thought. And it surprisingly works, but you have to be very strict with yourself. Oh! And by the way, just FYI, I'm not like a psychologist or anything.
You're shitting me!
And I'm just sharing my little own tips. It may possibly really not work for you, so you're more than welcome to try it, but don't come to me if it doesn't work. It's not my fault. Oh, this feels a bit mathematic, doesn't it? Don't know how I feel about that. We all know I'm allergic to maths. Oh my god! Okay, so in total there were 20 bits, and that's just for the top part. I'm just thinking how would be best to do this, just so I don't get lost off. I think we'll start with blue and go like blue, green, white, and we'll cut a little bit out at a time and just arrange it on there and hope for the best. Well, this wood just falls apart. Like, I tried to get a triangle. The tip of the triangle just like broke off completely. And I think, look at that. It's so fragile. You know what? I'm not going to do this weird pattern because I think it's going to go wrong. I think I want to do my own thing. It's going to really confuse the shit out of us, I can already tell. I should have just done stripes to begin with. I knew I should have. At the end of the day, it said it wanted you to have fun with it and stuff, didn't it? So I would much prefer to do my own thing. And that just feels a bit more secure. Okay, cute. We'll do stripey design. I know it's a bit more simple than the original one, but I feel like it's going to go very, very wrong if I start pissing around with triangles. This is basically like collage on wood, isn't it? What a clever little idea. I personally think it would have been nicer if they had a different colour in than like the literal colour of the box. Or to be fair, I suppose you could just paint it, couldn't you? I wonder why kids can't do this for. It doesn't feel like a very serious adult craft. I think a kid could manage this, couldn't they? Obviously not like a 2-year-old, because I don't think a 2-year-old can wield scissors. But an 8-year-old would be able to do this, wouldn't they? I don't know what kids really do and what they're capable of at certain ages. All I can remember from my childhood really is getting pissed in a field on peach schnapps. But I wasn't a child then, I was like teenager. Not that I'm promoting drinking at a teenage age, alright? You know, wait till you're 18/21, whatever the drinking age is in your country. Don't do what I did and drink too much peach schnapps and vomit all down yourself. How did I even get hold of peach schnapps? I don't know. Probably paid someone to go to the shop for us.
Wait, buy me a drink? What's this about?
I was originally a bit sad that this doesn't really match up very well, and that's all a bit like higgledy-piggledy, but I actually quite like it. I think it gives it character. And then we just want to apply a thin bit of glue and then just stick our little bits down. Oh, I have to admit, this is a very easy craft. If you're looking for something quite relaxing to do, get yourself a little wood box and some very ridiculously paper thin bits of wood veneer and just decorate it. Now, in order to stop all that peeling up, I need a book. Funnily enough, I was just talking about anxiety before. We'll do anxiety for beginners, a personal investigation. We'll put that over the top. I might need something a bit heavier. I'll just stick this bottle of tequila on top as well, just to keep it down. Party! And then we need to leave this for half an hour for the glue to kind of dry and set, and then we can decorate the side bits. While we're waiting for the glue to dry, obviously I was talking about angry people and whatnot. Here we go again. The other day, where was I? Was I travelling back from work? I don't think I was. It might have been the supermarket.
No one cares.
No, it wasn't. I'd been to get my hair cut and I was coming back from the hairdressers, and there was this car going in front of us, and it was going about 40 miles an hour on a 60 road, really taking the piss. Clearly this person had absolutely nowhere to go, just chilling, which is fine. You do you. If you want to go well, actually it's not fine. You should do 60 in a 60, especially on a nice clear day. But besides the point, if you're going to go 40 in a 60, and anyway, I got to this part of the road where it branches off into a double lane, and I'd previously overtaken this slow car and it was behind us at this point. And then we got to the double bit and I went to obviously overtake the other cars on this bank because they're slow and I can get past them. And I look behind us and this car is trying to overtake the other cars, failing miserably, doing an absolutely shocking job, slowing all the other cars behind it just so it could try and get past the rest of the cars, considering it was happy doing 40 before, until I obviously overtook it. It managed to overtake and still get behind us, and pissed obviously all the other traffic off because they couldn't get behind the slow cars. And then anyway, I was driving along this other bit of road, and it gets to a roundabout, and the roundabout branches off into 2 lanes, and you can kind of overtake any slow traffic. And this car that had been driving pretty slow, and still slow behind us, he wasn't up my arse or anything. As soon as I started to get to the roundabout bit, where he knew he could try and overtake us, he started to go fast. And I was just like, what are you playing at? He tried to cut me up as I was overtaken, blasted his horn. I continued to overtake this car that was going really slow. This slow, shitty driver then tried to overtake this car that I'd already overtaken, struggled massively. So was he expecting me to let him pathetically try and overtake this car and get behind him, going 40 miles an hour? I don't know. And anyway, I managed to get in front and he had to drop back because he couldn't even get past this car because he was going so slow. His overtaking was abysmal. I was like, if you are happy going slow, fine. But just because I've overtaken you, because I've got somewhere to be and I've got things to do, don't then get your knickers in a twist and try and overtake me when you're driving shit. Like, it just really irritates us,
I didn't notice.
There's a lot of drivers at the moment. I haven't said anything for a while, but I've been feeling it and I've been wanting to say something for a long time. Here we go again. There's a lot of drivers on the roads at the moment who literally shouldn't be driving. I gave them the benefit of the doubt during winter because it was dark and the roads are a little bit harder to drive when it's dark. Now that we've got light nights and the roads are lovely, there is no excuse for it. If you are slow and shit, you shouldn't be driving. You need to take your driving license when you get home
And shove it up your ass.
take a pair of scissors to it, cut it up, chuck it in the bin, burn it, I'm not bothered, and get yourself a bus pass. That's what you need to do.
Ooh.
I feel better for getting that off my chest. It's been bubbling up for a while. I feel a lot more relaxed now.
It's not over yet.
And also when it comes to driving, I know people will be like, oh well, some people are a little bit insecure on the roads, some people are a bit like self-conscious, struggle a little bit with their nerves, etc, etc. That's absolutely fine. If you're one of those people, you shouldn't drive. It's as simple as that. A vehicle, a car, is a weapon. You are behind a weapon that is so dangerous, and if you are not comfortable and you are too nervous to be behind that wheel and drive properly, you just shouldn't be driving. It's as simple as that. It's too dangerous for you. I've hit a really sore spot with myself. I don't know why. But anyway, I think I've had my rant. I think we all need to have a little rant now and again. Rant and crafts. Shall I start a new series, just ranting and crafting? It's got a nice ring to it, actually.
Please stop.
Okay, so this is pretty much dry now. The only issue I'm having is it hasn't really laid as flat as I wanted it to. It's still kind of curved up at the sides. So I think what they've done is stuck it along here and then sliced down. I'm just basically going to do exactly what I did last time. I still don't know how I feel about this wood, you know. I know the whole point of like wooden veneer is for it to be really thin. I don't know, I feel like this is taking the piss. Alright, bit of glue again. And before anyone says anything, I know they don't line up perfectly, okay? I wanted it to be like that.
Alive!
See what I mean? They proper just spring up. As soon as a tiny bit of glue goes on this, they just instantly like curve like that. That's why I feel like it could have done with being a little bit thicker. Stick our tequila on again. We're getting there. We are getting there. Right, so that should be dry now. That's looking a lot flatter than the top. I just still can't get the top fully down. Anyway, what I want to do, while I've got it like this, is just take my scalpel along here. Just make sure to cut along, just so the box still opens. I'm not going to lie, and you won't be able to tell from this far away, but this box is looking really rough. It's looking incredibly rough, and I don't know how I feel about that. I'm actually thinking I might on the sides, instead of doing this paneling bit, that I feel like it's going to go wrong. But look, like it's all peeling up as well. The glue's dry. How has that come off? I wish I had super glue. I think super glue would have been better than PVA glue. Like it's just literally hanging on by a thread. I can easily peel it off. How has that fallen off if all the glue has dried and it had a decent coverage on as well? I'm just thinking, can I pick all this off? Yes. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it because I don't think I'm a huge fan. I tried to like it. Let me have a little look at theirs. The thing is, even theirs look shit though. Like, I'm trying not to like crap on things and stuff, but even their box looks really, really, really bad.
What the fuck is this?
And I think if you're trying to strive and make something look good and the person who's selling you something, it doesn't look good, how are you supposed to improve on that? I suppose you could, but if the professional who's actually designed this and put this together and thought of this can't make their box look nice, and then they expect you to make your box look nice when little bits are just peeling off. I don't know. I've really tried to enjoy this too, but I don't think it's for me. I don't know whether it's the actual craft kit or whether it's the craft, but I'm not loving this. I would have even preferred just to get the wooden box and just some paint and just paint a box. I think that'd have been nicer. So what are my final thoughts on this Craftiosity subscription box? Believe it or not, I still think it's a nice idea to have a craft kit with all the materials inside and it introducing you to a new craft. And all you need to do is just get everything out. You pretty much have all the materials you need and you can assemble it. I think it's very convenient. Would it be cheaper for you to buy all the materials and just do it yourself? Yeah, it would. The problem is though, is you have to obviously think that this product and this box has been designed, it's given you proper instructions, video instructions, there's a lot of kind of thought that's been put into it. Do I think this box with the marquetry little jewellery box thing was a good one? No, it was not. I really tried to convince myself that it was a good one. It wasn't a good one, it was a bit of a shitter. And I think that's the thing with these subscription boxes. You're going to get some really, really great months and then you're going to get some really, really shockingly bad months. But anyway, hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on this Craftiosity thing. Is it something you would be interested in? Are subscription boxes as a whole something that you kind of like? But anyway, I'll see you next week for a brand new video. I also thought as well, I've got tequila here that I've been using as a little rest. I haven't even had a swig. How disgraceful. Do love myself some tequila. Cheers, everyone. Oh, it's fresh. You know what? It took me a very long time to realise that tequila is made from cactus. Like cactus and plants. Like them plant things that grow in the ground. Like basically every single plant. You know what I mean? What's it called? It's not that fruit thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't even blame being drunk. That's my first sip, I swear.